Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Well, we're back in the driveway for another fountain pop. And it's late. It is 3:32 right now. So I don't know how long tonight's vlog is going to be. I would like to watch a little TV before I go back to bed. My sleep schedule is even crazier than it was before. I'm just like not sleeping really well. And I'm eating really well, but I have to tell you, I'm having like a lot of food dreams. I've had like 3 dreams about breakfast from Hardee's. Like the Beyond sausage breakfast sandwich. So, oh, did I also tell you that we're having, this is a mukbang? I'm gonna be eating these little, I brought 2 little muffins today, because I'm hungry. We are officially on lockdown as of 11:59 last night. Well, so basically as of 11:59 Tuesday going into midnight on Wednesday. You can go essential travel only. So grocery stores, restaurants. So I could go to Hardee's for breakfast and get food if I wanted to. I just don't know how I feel about it right now. I may one of these mornings go do that though. Medical things, stuff like that. Work, if you have to go to work. Oh, my Lord. We're not going anywhere. And, tonight I went to bed. I laid down about 9:30. And Alex came upstairs at like 1 something. And I was like, oh my God, I looked at the clock and I said, is it that late already? And, he was like, yeah, babe. And then he went to bed. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to sleep for 10 more minutes. And I turned the alarm, because I had my alarm on, to wake up at like 11:45. And it was still, oh, that's what he said. He was like, yeah, your alarm's been going off. And I don't even remember it going off once. But I think just because I didn't sleep well last night. And I got up this morning at like 7:30 or 8, and I took the dogs out and I could not fall asleep. I was like laid in bed until like 10 o'clock, and then I fell asleep, and then I got up at like 1, and I don't know, I'm not sleeping well. I'm not sleeping well at all. And so I wish I was on some kind of like sleep schedule, but I don't know, to be honest with you, I don't know that I even really care right now. These are like little lemon poppy seed muffins, which I usually love with like raspberry jam or jelly or whatever on it, but tonight we're gonna just eat them like this because I'm hungry. I've been eating so bad and gaining weight because I'm not getting any exercise or I'm not out or anything, you know? And today, all I had was I had been upstairs like working on my closet and stuff, and Alex like ate downstairs. I don't even know what he had, honestly. I think he just had like chips and salsa. He may have had a burrito, but I came downstairs. I think he had a burrito. I came downstairs and he finished tonight Tales of the City. And so I was watching like the last episode with him, and I made a sandwich. It was so good. Oh my God. I haven't just like had a sandwich and like a homemade sandwich in forever. And I bought this really, really thick, like whole wheat bread. I don't know what it's called. It's like a guy's name. It's like Dave something. Do you guys know what I'm talking about, that bread? They have bagels too. I'm gonna lock my door. I always feel weird just sitting here in the car. Like somebody could just like walk up on me. But they have these bagels too that are like these gigantic bagels. So when I was at Costco, I got some of this bread. I didn't even know that they had the bread. It comes in like 2 loaves. And it was like 2 loaves of bread for like $3.29 or something. It was super cheap. So I made this sandwich and I got some mayonnaise. I put, I mean, when I went like the last couple times I went grocery shopping, which was, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago, we have everything we could possibly, I have like, not Grey Poupon, but you know, like that kind of mustard. What's that called? Like brown mustard. I can't even think of what you call it now. And then I have like yellow mustard, and then I have like mayonnaise. I don't know where I found the mayonnaise. I don't remember now. But anyway, I made a sandwich, and I think Alex might have picked up the mayonnaise for me when he got it. But I had a sandwich and I put mayonnaise on it, and brown mustard, and 3 pieces of Havarti cheese. Like this big, thick, like Havarti cheese that I got in Costco, a big container of it. I love Havarti cheese. And I just sat there and ate while he was watching the show. I got up and started putting my vlog up today. I was so tired today when I woke up. It was so funny because this video that I did earlier was like right after I'd had a kind of a cup of coffee and I was kind of like feeling alive and stuff. But I was so tired like up to that point. And so many people like put in my comment section, they're like, I wish I had your energy. And I'm like, I don't really feel like I have a whole lot of energy today. In fact, like the opposite of it. And it was supposed to be nicer today, and it wasn't. It felt cold today outside again. And I do want to check the weather again and stuff, because I think the weather is like changing. Like they say it's going to get nicer, but it's not. It's 37 degrees right now. I think it was just as cold today as it was yesterday. So I got up and got the vlog going, but I had already, like, so what I'm doing is when I get done vlogging, I'm going inside and I'm uploading it, and then I'm rendering it on iMovie while I'm sitting there eating, because I go in and I eat something. This is my new normal. And I've been watching that King Lion or whatever it's called, Lion King or whatever. That is really good. Like, it's really interesting. I thought it was like 13 episodes, but it's only 7. And I'm almost at the end of the 3rd one, so I've got like 4 episodes left, which I think will probably coincide with me finishing the book Handmaid's Tale, because I've been listening to that. I didn't listen to a whole lot of it today, but I'm like 3 hours into it. It's really, really good. If you've never watched the show, or even if you watched the show, I would highly suggest the book. The book is fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. It's beautifully, beautifully written. It's an exciting read. It's very much a thriller. But at the same time, you know, Margaret Atwood was known for doing science fiction that was social commentary. And so it's very much social commentary. And it's interesting at the time that it came out in 85, how applicable it is to today as well. So it's interesting to read it, especially right now, you know. It's not scary to me. Like Tanya said, when I told her I was going to start reading it and watching the show, she was like, oh, I don't know that you're going to, like, that might scare you a little bit right now with stuff that's going on in the world. And it's not doing that to me at all. Not at all. It's an interesting read. It's really good. It's read by Claire Danes. It says full cast, but there's not, I'm not at a part where anybody else reads, except that somebody else says the chapter names, and I don't know why. They're like, chapter 5. Well, the other thing I don't understand is that there's like parts. So it's like part 6, chapter 4, and stuff like that. That's kind of weird, but. So, I've got my vlog up and going. I don't even know what I did today. In all honesty, I don't feel like I did anything. My second puzzle came today. It's very, very cool. So I bought this puzzle. It's like 1,000 pieces. And it's the cover, but they're like vintage covers. And they're photographs. And so it looks like they're worn and tattered. And it's just like row after row after row after row. I'll show it on here. Of all of the covers of the bestsellers from like the last 100 years, or the last 50 years or something. Not last 50 years. I don't know. Maybe last 50 years. It's got like The Godfather by Mario Puzo on there, and To Kill a Mockingbird. It has like everything. The Color Purple by Alice Walker. It has like everything that you could ever think of on there. A bestseller. Just side by side. So, that's my puzzle that came in the mail today. I was looking into Instacart because there's some things that we're getting low on. But I don't even know if they're available, you know. Like, I'm going to be out of juice here in a couple days. And Alex is going through eggs because he's making eggs like almost every day. He didn't today, though. But I'm sure everybody's out of eggs, you know. Well, our Instacart, I looked last night. If we were to order it last night, it would come on Sunday. I'm like, but what I don't understand about it is that it shows all this stuff on there, and I'm thinking to myself, well, they can't possibly have all of this stuff. Like, the grocery stores have nothing, right? So how do they have this stuff? Well, I don't know. Like, you just order it and then whatever comes. Like, if they're out of it, they don't. I don't know. I didn't order anything. I was just like, worst case scenario, like when we get that low on stuff, we can just like, you know, like run out to the store real quick. I don't want to have to do that, but like, we're going to have to go to the grocery store again. But pretty much like everything that we need, they have at Costco. And I know because I talked to a friend of mine today that went. I talked to a bunch of people in recovery today, but we'll talk about that in a second because I had my online meeting tonight. A friend of mine went to Costco, and she was telling me that the lines are just like how they were when I went through there several days ago. And she said they're hardly letting anybody in the store at the same time. So I feel comfortable about that, kind of, I guess. But I don't want to have to do that until we have to do it. We have so much stuff, we're totally fine right now. Like, the worst case scenario is what? I mean, I don't drink. I was thinking about that last night. I was like, I don't want to be without juice. And then I'm like, on any given day, like, we rarely have juice. Like, I rarely just have juice in the refrigerator, you know? But we have everything else that we could possibly need. So anyway, yeah, that was just kind of my day. And then I got my videos up and stuff. And I was going to, that's what happened was I did 2 videos today for my drama channel. Oh, no, God, you know what? I totally forgot about this. So I got up and I got my coffee and I got my vlog and everything done. And then I was like, I want to take a shower today. I want to do my hair. I want to, like, you know, shave down here and around up here. And I want to, like, feel like, I want to feel good today. Like, I want to take a shower. I want to, like, do my hair, feel nice, and all that kind of stuff. So I did. You can't see it now, like, but I did my hair earlier today. I'm just going to take my hat off. But anyway, so I took a shower, and a really nice shower, and did my hair and everything for my video, so that was that. So then I did this drama video and started getting it rendered and got it up. Well, I got it up later, but I started rendering it, whatever. And then I did a Q&A from questions that I had asked on my Instagram. I think I may do another one in a couple days. We'll see. It just depends. But I did that, and I like edited like that together, which took like no time whatsoever. So, and then I watched both of those back, so that took some time. The Q&A I'm actually putting up tomorrow, so on Wednesday it'll be up, because it was so late, but it was like 7 o'clock by the time that well, I think I would have had to have put them both up at the same time, or one would have gone up at like 7 and one would have gone up at like 9, and I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'll just wait till tomorrow and put the Q&A up tomorrow. So that's going up tomorrow. And then I had my online meeting tonight at 8 o'clock, which I was like real weird about doing at first. I really didn't want to do it. Did I not bring my fanny pack out here? Oh, look at this. Why did I put it back there? I just was kind of like weird about it. I don't know why. And Tanya was part of setting it up, like for our home group. Most of my friends have been doing like tons of them. Like literally tons of them. They have them all across the country. Somebody asked me on Twitter, they're like, because I put something about it, and they said, can you list like a resource? I don't know what is going on with my lip. Is that like broken? I don't know where to list a resource, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm in a private group for it, and because of the tradition of anonymity, like it's a private group. Like you have to be invited by another alcoholic or addict. So I cannot just put that link out there. And it's a small group. It's not like the one I'm in. It's not like a national one, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna see if I can find a link to where online meetings are that people can join. I have no idea where that link is at though, but if you call your local, whatever 12-step meeting you go to, whether it's, you know, AA, NA, CA, HA, whatever, if you call your local office, and if you're like, if you're new and you're wanting to get sober, so you would type in like, Alcoholics Anonymous Indianapolis, or Narcotics Anonymous Indianapolis, or Heroin Anonymous Chicago, or you know, Cocaine Anonymous, you know, Oklahoma City, whatever, and then it'll come up with like a main office, and you call them and you say, hey, I'm really wanting to find some online meetings, and they can help you find online meetings right now. So I was kind of weird about doing it, and it was just so strange because, you know, like, I mean, I do videos on YouTube and I live stream and stuff like that, but I don't know why. It was just like seeing my friends. Now, I want to tell you, like, the group that I go to, my home group, on Tuesday nights, is typically anywhere between, like, I would say like 30 and 50 people, and no more than that ever. And 50 is a stretch, but usually between like about 30 and 50 people is consistently the norm. So Tanya like did a trial run, cause somebody that she sponsors is like in charge of the whole thing. So like they did it and they had like a trial run, and I guess it went real well. And so I called Tanya and I was like, can you explain this to me? Cause I'm confused and whatever. And she's like, yeah, it's really nice and blah, 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 whatever. And she's like, you can do the video. You don't have to do the video. You can just do like the call in. You can do whatever you want. So I was like, well, I can do the video, you know, it's whatever. And she's like, if you do the video, you can like, everybody can see each other, you know? And I said, okay. So, it's through this app called Zoom, which I guess is like what people have meetings, like business meetings and stuff. And then there's like a secret code that you like type in, and then like it brings you to that meeting. So I told Alex, I said, okay, from like 8 to 9, like I need like quiet downstairs and whatever. he was like, okay. And I said, you know, it's like a meeting. So, and he was like, I'll put my headphones on. So he put his headphones on. He was upstairs watching TV. It was cute because I could actually hear him up there like laughing while he was like watching whatever show. I think Schitt's Creek. And so I signed on, and like it took a couple minutes for me to really understand it. Like I was a little confused at first, but everybody was so nice in explaining it to us. And then a friend of mine that like he does these for work all the time. Like he really understood it. So he took over hosting it, and then like was really good at like muting people. And then the way we did it was somebody brought up a topic, and they brought up the topic of fear. And so we all talked about fear. And then like one person would speak, and then they would pass it on to somebody else, and then they would pass it on to somebody else. There were 32 people in there. Like, that's pretty phenomenal, you know, like that 32 people, you can see I'm getting real emotional. I don't know what happened. Like I closed the computer and I just started crying. Like, it was so nice to like see my people, you know, like these are people that I've known for like 20 plus years of my life. I'm like real known for crying in meetings. Like this is no different than what people know from in meetings. And I cried during my share tonight. So, it just was so cool to see everybody, you know, to have that support. And like people that I never in a million years would have thought would have like signed on were on it, you know. And some of the old guys that like are literally in their late 70s and early 80s that, you know, were the old timers when I came into this program, like, and it saved my ass. Like, we're in there like trying to figure it out and stuff, and it was so cool. And you know, I don't know, it just was really, really neat. And it gave me some hope tonight, I think. Like, I was telling Alex that afterwards, like, one of my friends that has like 40 plus years of sobriety and is like in his 80s was like on there, and you know, he was like talking about his sponsor. Like, he was just sharing stories about like the early days, you know, and like how far we've come and stuff. And I just think like we even have this, like we can ride this storm out, you know, we can do this. It was just really cool. It was really, really cool. And I'm so thankful for all of them, you know. I felt so peaceful afterwards. And so when it was done, I like came outside because Alex was like watching TV, and I took the dogs outside, and I called a friend of mine, and I was, you know, just like talking to my friend on the phone, and I just felt like this overwhelming peace after the meeting tonight, like in a way that like I don't think I felt in a meeting in a long, long time. I do feel that way every once in a while, but it's how I felt when I originally first started going to meetings. I just felt this overwhelming amount of peace, you know, and gonna stop, hold on. Okay, but I just felt this overwhelming amount of peace, and I think that's why I was able to just rest so well tonight, because I came inside and I told Alex, I said I'm gonna lay down for a little bit, and he was like, okay. He was watching some new show. Oh, he's watching Sabrina now. He's going through these shows like nobody's business. He's gonna run out of stuff to watch. Never will he. And I lay down, and Boo Radley's been doing this thing that Pee-Pee used to do, which is that when I take a nap, like 5 minutes after I take a nap, I hear Pee-Pee's, or I hear Boo Radley's little feet on the hardwood floors. And then, now Pee-Pee at the end couldn't jump up on the bed, so I would have to pick him up and put him on the bed, and then he would take a nap with me. And now Boo Radley is doing it. And so, like, you know, Alex has 3 pillows that he sleeps with. He puts 1 against the headbed of the bed and then 2 down. And so Boo Radley sleeps on it, like, the 2 pillows with the 1 in the back. He, like, sinks into it like a throne. It's so cute. And we just sit there and we have little talks, and I talk to him, and he lets me pet his paws. And, do you know it's a sign if your dog lets you hold their paws that they trust you? But you have to do it really gently because they don't like it. But anyway, we lay there and we talk for a little bit. They're so cute. Tucker is so cute. What's my new song? I have a new song for Tucker that I've been singing to him. Hey, Mr. Tiki, I love you. Hey, Mr. Tiki. Well, I have like 2. I can't remember the second one, but that's the one the second one's the one I've been singing in. The first one's like, hey, Mr. Tiki, I love you. Hey, Mr. Tiki, yes, I do. I can't remember what the second one is. Tuki, 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 I love you. Tuki, 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 yes, I do. But it's something more than that. There's another line. Anyway, he's so funny. I felt such gratitude for my husband and my dogs today, you know? And, like, we were talking about that, like, in the meeting, about, like, finding a center of gratitude and, you know, like, what we have and things like that. And somebody said something to the degree of, like, that this is a really great time to work on relationships. I never thought of it that way. You know, he was like, something like God is giving us like, you can find meaning in this if you want to. Like, there probably isn't any meaning in this, but we can find meaning if we want to. And that this is a really opportune time to really work on relationships, because we're at home and, you know, we're around, like, our family right now, and maybe they're driving us crazy and whatever, you know, but, like, this is a really great time to, like, work on these relationships and really repair them and, you know, like, communicate better and spend more time, have game day, you know, and stuff like that with each other. And I got that Yahtzee, and it's just, like, sitting in there. We haven't played it yet. And we're kind of on the TV thing right now. So, the Diet Coke tastes so good. Yeah, but I haven't had, like, last night and tonight I didn't have, like, bad dreams necessarily. But I did sleep deep. I'm kind of actually wondering if I'm going to be able to fall back asleep tonight, because I slept from, what, 9:30-ish? Let's just say it was 10. So I slept for 5 hours, like, deep. Tuki, 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 I love you. Tuki, 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 yes, I do. I've been, like, receiving messages and, like, phone calls from, like, people I haven't talked to in a long time. Are you guys, like, is that happening to you? It's so nice, you know, to hear from, like, and I don't have, like today I talked to somebody for, like, 20 minutes on the phone that I hadn't talked to in a long time. And then I received, like, 2 texts from people today that I hadn't heard from in, like, God, one person was, like, 2 years. And we just texted back for a couple minutes. It wasn't, like, long texting, you know? But it was really nice. And, I don't know. Caroline asked me a couple days ago, she's like, how do you think our moms would be getting through this right now? And we had kind of, like, had this funny conversation about it. But I think about that really with my mom. My mom would be glued to the news, is what she would do. My mom was like somebody that she just like could never be away from the news for like 2 seconds. Whether it was like the newspaper, which she read every single day, always see obituaries first, or she watched the news constantly. And right now, she would be watching like CNN like 24 hours a day. When we were in Gatlinburg, Tennessee for the last Christmas that I had with my mom, I don't remember who that was. It was a prime minister that was assassinated. And it, I should look it up and see. I think it was Pakistan. I think it was like that. I don't know the name. Bindu something. Pakistan. I think it's funny how we Google stuff like, would that have been 2007? Yeah, the assassination of, I'm going to mispronounce this name horribly, Benazir Bhutto took place on December 27th, 2007. She was the prime minister, twice the prime minister of Pakistan. And I remember my mom was just like devastated about it. And she sat there and just like, well, I don't know why she would have been. She just sat there and I don't know anything about this person, so I don't know, but she just sat there and watched the CNN news for like hours on end when we were in Gatlinburg. So that's what she would do right now, and she'd also be terrified that she was going to run out of food, because my mom never had a lot of food in her house anyway, like hardly ever any food. You know, maybe like some blueberries and a tub of ice cream and whatever. She just didn't. Maybe like a thing of saltines, but she never kept food. I think probably what would have happened was when this was going down, my aunt and myself would have brought a ton of food over here, and then she would have been like, oh my God, you guys, you didn't need to bring me this food, you didn't need to bring me this food. But my mother is somebody that, I do know this, like 2 weeks ago when they started recommending that we not leave the house, my mother would never have left the house, not once. She would have been too scared. And, yeah, so she would never have left the house, like starting like 2 weeks ago. And that aspect of it, my mother would have been completely fine with. Like, she would have taken her walks in the neighborhood. She would have sat on the back patio, even if it was cold. She would have read out there for like a half an hour with a cup of coffee, and she would just wrap herself up. The square that shows where my face is at on the camera is doing so many weird things tonight. I don't know. It's like going large. It's going small. It's like going all around my head. It's driving me crazy. So I have to just not look at it. But my mom would have just like wrapped herself up in like now I can't stop looking at it. She would have like wrapped herself up in like a coat and, you know, like a scarf and like mittens and stuff. And she would have just sat out there and like read. And just to get outside for a little bit, you know. I did not take a walk today. I keep on saying I'm going to do that. Tomorrow, I'm going to take a walk. I'm going to tomorrow. That's my goal. I'll tell you the one thing that sucks is that I have allergies right now, and they're bad. Or they're starting to get bad. And my throat is like itchy. And so I'm like constantly like, am I getting sick? Am I getting sick? You know, this is just allergies, whatever. And I took my allergy medicine this morning and it felt a lot better. Okay, yesterday was 49. Today is supposed to be 57. And then tomorrow, 62, then 60, 64. Oh, God, that 64 Saturday is going to feel so nice. But thunderstorms, but I don't even care. 55, 53, 50, 46. Oh, then it goes back into the 40s all next week? Or for the weekend? I'm done with this cold weather. Daily forecast. And that goes to the 8th. I'm wondering how long we're going to be on quarantine. I'm like actually looking through my Twitter right now. Do you guys go to your Twitter and you see where they have the updates at the top of, you know, the Twitter? I almost can't even like go there. I was talking to a friend of mine about that today. And I was talking to a friend of mine today, and she was like, I'm just like really like getting like stressed out, and every day that I go to read the news I get like more and more panicky. And she was like, and really nothing has changed, and so there's not really any reason for me to read like the top 10 articles of the day, but I do it anyway, and I read every single one of them to see if anything's different. And I was telling her, I was like, you know, there was a time like when I was going through some hard stuff on YouTube and whatever that my therapist like recommended to me, you know, like don't get on social media like every half an hour, every hour, you know, like let's just pick twice a day to get on it, and then you can just get on it for, let's say, you know, like 5 or 10 minutes at a time, and just kind of like respond to a few people and say, hey, how are you, thanks, blah blah blah, whatever, and then put out something like, hope everybody's having a good day, blah blah blah, whatever. And I was telling her that, and I said, you know, like I've kind of carried that into like everything that I do. Like even today, like I was finding that, well, not today, but like in today's time, like the last couple days, I found myself that I was like, okay, for example, I would get on here on Twitter, and then I would go to the searching area, you know, where, like I'm right now looking at little fires everywhere. I got that book, I'm gonna read it. But anyway, you know where it has like the updates and whatever. And so I'm like, I'll start reading these things underneath here, and then like I start becoming like a little consumed with it. And then I start getting a little panicky, and then I go in and I read like the local stuff, like how it's affecting us locally. Like I'll Google like Indiana, and you know, and then I read all the articles on there, and I find myself getting, and I was telling my friend today, I said, you know, yesterday I didn't do that. Like yesterday, I kind of stayed like off of doing that, and it was like I went in and I read what I needed to know. But then, like, I didn't, like, stay consumed with it. Like, I didn't spend, like, an hour reading it, and it was much healthier for me yesterday. It was much healthier for me yesterday. I tweeted out, being able to go to an online meeting and see my sober friends is amazing. And I got like really, really nice comments on it. This is on Twitter. Got really nice comments. And at the very end, from somebody that doesn't even follow me, they said, tweeting this for attention? Shaking my head. What kind of attention would I be tweeting that out for? People. People. People who need people. I'm ready for RuPaul this week. Oh, I was going to read some comments. Why don't we do that? Why don't we read a few comments? I read them when the vlog first posted, but I haven't read them in the last, well, couple hours. Now, see, you have to watch till the very end. The title that I actually titled my vlog last night, Signing Off, which I knew people were going to be like, oh my God, this is him quitting. But it wasn't, right? But, this is crazy to me that, like, the view duration is up, the watch time is up, the views are up, gained subscribers still on this channel. This is, like, the first time ever since I've, like, well, that it's been, like, this consistent. I mean, I posted this video, like, I don't know what time I posted. It says 13 hours ago. So I posted it when I got up. And it's 3,300, almost, it has, well, on the back end, it has 3.8 thousand views right now. Which, like, that's a great, like, amount of views on just a regular day. So, it's really nice. So thank you to everybody out there. Thank you all of you that are watching this vlog. I really, really appreciate it. It means the world to me. And I'm really enjoying, like, just, like, sitting here and doing it. It's very cathartic for me. It's really nice for me to kind of unwind and have this to do every day. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. And I'll show more stuff. Like, I was thinking about this today, like, you know, like, once Alex and I kind of, like, get a pattern to things and whatever. He's not resistant to being in the vlogs, but you know, once we get more of a pattern to things like that, I'll show, you know, like, and him and I, like, you know, cooking or something. I don't know. Cooking up a cheese sandwich. How exciting is that? He's actually been cooking. Like, he made the avocado toast, like, 2 days in a row, and then he made something yesterday, and I think today, though, he just had the salsa and maybe a burrito. Okay, let's see what people had to say. Oh, the signing off title, though, came from the very, very end, because if you watched the last, like, 5 seconds of my video last night, I came back on and said another goodbye, and I said signing off. So that's where the title from that came from. I just randomly picked the titles. Linda, hey Linda. Linda comments on, like, every single video, don't you, Linda? Linda said, finally able, this is 13 minutes ago, finally able to listen to your video. I had a massive migraine all day. I'm doing better. It's 3 a.m. fixing to have some milk and cookies and set back. Aww. You know, my head has hurt the last 2 days too. And I think maybe it's because of the rain here. I don't know. Maybe because of allergies as well. I always get, like, sinus headaches with my allergies. But I hope you feel better. Maricela said, well, Peter, like they said at the end of each episode of TV's Batman, tune in tomorrow, same bat, Peter, time, same bat vlog channel. I actually used to watch those back in the day. And do you know what's so funny about those old school Batmans that actually took place in the cave and stuff? Do you guys like the old ones that were, like, from the 50s or the 60s or whatever? Something about it that was, like, very much like, did you guys remember the show Land of the Lost? I used to watch that too. Something about those two shows, like, really, like, scared me. I don't know what it was. Like, it, like, creeped me out when I was a kid. It just seemed, like, very otherworldly to me or something. I didn't like those shows, but I watched them anyway. And then La La Land and Sabina gave blue hearts. Hey. And okay, Brenda said, hi Peter, I'm a teacher and we are not working until May 4th as of now. Governor mentioned we probably will not finish the year. Now I have to figure out how to teach online. I will say this, the news as far, and this is why I will not speculate on this channel. As of, like, today, if you watch the news, what's the word I'm looking for? The state by state speculation on how long we will be, like, you know, down and, like, at home and not working versus the federal one is completely different. So I don't know what to think about all of that, you know, and I know it goes state by state. So I have so many friends of mine that are teachers, and they are like really struggling with this e-learning stuff. Like, I have friends, my friends are either parents, and they're like, it is so hard to like structure the day and get what I need to get done as well. And like, they're literally like really teaching classes, having to pick up their kids' stuff from school. And then I have, on the other hand, I have teachers that are trying to do this e-learning thing. I can't imagine. I would think it would be so difficult from either side. So God bless you, either side, if you're a parent or a teacher right now. I literally, I mean, here, I'll show you. I literally had a text from a friend of mine tonight, and she said, and I'm going crazy trying to figure out how to teach from home, but I'll figure it out. I know what I'm doing in the classroom, but online, not so much. And so, like, I think that's like how a lot of people are feeling, you know, and I think just their jobs in general. Like, they're like, I don't know what I'm doing here, and how do I do this, and whatever, you know? And I think the other thing that's really hard that we're not talking about right now is that, okay, you put somebody in a work environment or a student in a school environment, and you put them in a structured classroom, okay, or a cubicle or a team environment where they're working with somebody else, right? Like, it can be a student or a teacher. I mean, it can be a student or like an adult worker. But like, for me, like, it took me a long time to become kind of self-motivated, where you can put me at home. Like, this took years, you guys, for me to be somebody that, like, at home, like, I could be like, okay, I'm getting up, this is what I'm gonna do, here's my list for the day, this is what I'm gonna do, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna start here, and I want everything done by this time. I was not like that at first. Like, it's taken me a long time to get that self-motivated. You cannot just send people home with work or send them home with schoolwork and expect that, you know, like, 70% of these people are gonna be so self-motivated, they just get up and they go, ooh, okay, go to work. I mean, they're just not. Now, there are some people that are like that. There are some people that are just as efficient and hardworking at school and work as they are at home. But the majority of us, we're not used to that. When we see the front door and we see our home environment, we're thinking, relax, eat dinner, sleep, watch Netflix, be with our friend or family, talk to our friends on the phone. That's, you know what I mean? So we don't equate that to like a working place. And it's really, really hard for a lot of us to switch that off. I knew for me, it was for a long time, you know, where I could see my home as my workspace as well. Now, I will tell you this, one of the things that like I know would make it like so much easier for me, this is gonna stop in like 10 seconds, so I'm just gonna stop it now, hold on. One of the things that would make it so much easier for me, and like I know that, like on the days that I get up and I like the first thing I do is like take a shower and I get dressed nice and I go downstairs and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to like start, you know what I mean? That always helps. But the second thing is, if you have a dedicated work area, you know, and I work on the end of the dining room table and Alex works on the side, but like, I kind of wish, like Alex wants to redo the whole living room and I'm totally like fine with that and we're trying to figure out what we want to do with it. I mean, right now is obviously not the time. We're going to do it like once this is over. But, you know, we want to maybe like get a new couch and stuff like that. But I would really like to get a desk at like IKEA and have like a corner where I can just like have all of my like setup over there, you know what I mean? Like where I can have all of my stuff, all my notepads and whatever, because I just always feel kind of like out. And I feel like if I had an area where I could like work from, like, and Alex is always like, well, if we had the basement cleaned up, and that's true. But I also don't know that I would go down to the basement and film, because I like to film in front of the window. So I don't know, but you know, I think like if I had like a dedicated area other than just that table where I felt like, okay, I'm at work. Does that make sense? You know, and I think for most of us, if we had that, so it's about coming up, I think, with like an area. So if you have an area at home that you can have, or, you know, spend an hour today, you know, making into like my work area, even if it's just a corner, or, you know, like you just kind of make your kitchen table look like an office for a little bit, that you can like kind of like, you know, unofficially clock in when you go in there. I think it makes it easier for some of us, you know? I make a list every night before I go to bed of things that I want to do the next day, things I want to get done, things I have to get done work-wise. And so for me, like that list is always sitting like right to the left of my computer, like, well, where my computer would be, because I plug in my computer at night. it's sitting right there with a pen and a Sharpie to cross out the things when I get done on there. And I put things on there like coffee or like do the crossword if I'm doing a crossword. I actually thought about that. I thought about starting to get the daily paper again too, which I haven't done in years, but I think I might do that actually. So that every day I get the crossword, it'll give me something to do for a while. I mean, I can always cancel it in a month, right? But, oh, I was going to talk, did I talk about Instacart already? How confused I was about, well, first of all, it takes forever to get here, which I understand with all the orders right now. Yeah, but anyway, I think like when I sit down there and I like turn on my computer and I like start work, I'm like at work. And I don't do that until like typically like I have my coffee ready and I've done my meditations for the day and like I've started. Like that's typically, I do that stuff first, you know? So I think it's just hard. All of us are just right now, like, oh, I was reading comments. All of us are just right now, you know, getting used to what this new normal is and how long it'll possibly be, you know, and stuff like that. So, okay. I Wonder Woman, hello girl. She said, I am an essential first responder still working. Thank you so much for your service. I really appreciate it. And I'm sure most of us do. Thanks for continuing to vlog and lift my spirits. By the way, I am now hungry for chips and dip. I'm hungry for chips and dip all the time. Okay, Adriana said, at 3530, you totally mentioned Dan Cortez, and I freaking love him. I follow him and his beautiful wife on Insta. They just recently, I think it's so funny that there are people out there that like think about this stuff or follow these people like I do. They just recently had a cute, precious baby, and today he did a little live stream with Bill Bellamy. I used to love watching those two on MTV. I was so obsessed. Also, Peter, you got me so hooked on Schitt's Creek, LOL. Me and my honey have been binge. It really is funny, you guys. Me and my husband have been watching so many episodes. We are at season 3, episode 3. Oh my God, I just love Catherine O'Hara in this so much. She straight up gives me Delia vibes with those outfits. I love her so much. And you know what's so funny is that Dan Levy and her, is that her name, his name? What's the guy's name that's like in charge of Schitt's Creek, the one that's writing it and directing it. He and her have been in so many of those Christopher Guest movies, like Waiting for Guffman, hilarious, and with Parker Posey's in a lot of those, and Jennifer Coolidge, you know, that was in American Pie, and oh shoot, what's her name? Oh God, she played the principal, not the principal, she played the coach on Glee. Jan, oh, she's so funny. She was in those too. But Catherine O'Hara and that Dan, I think his name's Dan Levy. I don't know what his name is. Levi something, I don't know. But anyway, Alex is like obsessed with his son, like that's on the show, and like watches like everything, every interview he's ever done and everything. Eugene Levy. So they played a couple in the movie Best in Show, and he had 2 left feet. Do you remember that? I always think that's so funny. Okay. Amanda said, why can't you drive around as long as you stay in your car and not go to drive-thrus? Well, you can go to drive-thrus. You can go to grocery stores. There's a list of like all the places you can go. But as of tonight, before it was advised against. Now it's like the law. Like you can't. So unless you're going out for essential things. And this is how it is going. Okay. Unless you're going to like the grocery store, medical treatments, hospital, things like that, you can't be out on the road. And the thing is that, or convenience stores and gas stations. And like literally like almost all the convenience stores and gas stations are closing at 10 o'clock. So now there's no reason to be out past, like you couldn't, like grocery stores aren't open, gas stations aren't open, convenience stores aren't open. So if you're out, like they would know, you know what I mean? I think it was like, what would have been the last day that I went to go to Costco. And was that the day that I got gas? I can't remember. But anyway, somebody told me that once things are like closed at like 10 o'clock. Well, anyway, I guess that's like the new mandate that they have to be closed at 10 o'clock or something like that. But I don't really know how that would work. Like I mean, there has to be some gas stations open, you would think, right? Like, so some people could get access gas. I don't know. I'm not going anywhere, so it doesn't matter. And I'm not going to go out there and risk it and get in trouble. All this time I've been like, it's kind of warm in here. Like, my butt is kind of hot, and it's because I have my seat warmer on. Gina gave a bunch of blue heart, but I will say this, but I totally agree with what you're saying as far as like me getting in my car and driving around. I'm like not really hurting anybody. I totally agree with that, right? But you know, like this is the reality of it. And I've actually talked to people in the last couple of days of like, have said like, yeah, we got in our car and just drove around because we had to get out of our house for a little while. And during the day, like, you're not supposed to do that. But like, if you're going to go up the street and you're going to go to the grocery store or whatever, like, I mean, I think to drive around for like 10 minutes is not gonna, I don't know. Do you? I know I'm not gonna be doing that kind of stuff unless I actually have to go out and do something. But, like the reality is how many people really do what I do? Like that's where it kind of set in with me, was like, how many people really drive around and listen to an audiobook? Like nobody. Like who just drives around to listen to music? I mean, hardly anybody. Like nobody really does that unless they're going somewhere. So it does make sense because most people are like getting in your car to go somewhere. Whereas I get in my car and just drive around for an hour and listen to an audiobook. But when I tell people that I do that, they look at me like I'm completely crazy, right? So I just have a hard time sitting still. Cassidy said, love these vlogs, Peter. After long days at my boyfriend's house, I always turn your videos on for the car ride home. It's only about a 15-minute drive, but I keep it going while I drive, while getting ready for bed, and then while I have a snack. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Always nice to feel like I'm talking to my good pal Peter when coming home to my apartment. Stay safe, Peter. You too, Cassidy. Stay safe, sweetie. Okay. Somebody from Washington talking about how they issued a stay-at-home order from Monday till April 6th, and then we will that's where we're at with the situation. Molly said, blue hearts, and she said, I'm actually loving slowing down without the societal and personal pressure of needing to be busy all the time. I think 2020 is going to be an amazing year in many ways, don't expect. You know, Molly, I think it's interesting that you say this. Like, first of all, well, I was going to get into the economy thing, but I'm not going to get into that right now because I will start speaking about things that I don't really know. But I think it's going to be, I think once we get past this, my hope is that it will be a year of inspiration and hope. I think that we're going to look at the world in a new way. I think most of us, I think there will be those out there that could care less and be like, yeah, this was just a burden and whatever. But I think the majority of us will never look at the world the same way again. I think the majority of us will look at the world and be extremely grateful. We'll look at the world with new eyes. You know, I got off my meeting tonight and I was like, we did the Lord's Prayer, you know, because we closed with the Lord's Prayer out loud. And it's like all of us, like it was not in unison whatsoever. And it was so cute. And I thought to myself, like, I can't wait till the day that I can walk back in that meeting and hold my friends' hands at a meeting, you know? Like, we're going to look at the world in a whole new way and be so grateful for the things that we have, whether it's just, like, going to a sporting event for our kids or, you know, like, being able to, like, I don't know, like, go to a mall and walk around or, you know, go to a movie theater and, like, we won't be complaining on a Friday night. Like, I mean, I don't like to go to movies on weekends because it's so crowded. I'll never complain about that again. You know, let me go to a crowded movie theater, you know? I think this will, in some ways, kind of like with my social anxiety, it will make it not so bad anymore because I'll be so grateful that I can actually go and do things and be around people. I'm hoping that we see the world in a new way. I'm hoping that we look at the world with new and fresh eyes, you know? Like, that's what I'm hoping. Like, that's what I'm hoping, you know, for. So, I do agree with you. I think it's, you know, a great statement that we're going to see things in a new way. I think, Molly, you're right on it. So thank you for the hope and inspiration. Okay. Twyler is irked. She wrote a rap. She said, I'm late to... Okay, so I have to edit this out because of like a couple words in here, which you would understand. So she said, I'm late to your vlog again. It makes me sad. I have a very good excuse, so please don't be mad. I'm in really close contact with my doc now. ... got me during lockdown. I'm really sorry, sweetheart. I'm a 57 female and I love to kick. I think I might be rapping because I'm really sick. I've been a wolf packer since late 2016, but when it comes to leaving messages, I'm just a big slacker. That was really cute. And sweetheart, I'm sending you prayers and love, and please, 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 please take care of yourself. And I love you, and thanks for watching for so long. My God. Abernathy said, oh my God, I'm obsessed with Joe Exotic. I watched like 5 episodes in a row. It is wildly amazing. So many plot twists and wild stories. I'm so bummed I watched it all so fast. Truly incredible. I was talking to a friend of mine tonight, and I was like, have you watched Don't F With Cats yet? And she was like, no. And I said, like, what are you even doing with your life? Like, I wish I could watch that from the beginning, and I had never seen it again. Okay, this King Lion thing with Joe Exotic is so weird. It is so weird. And the thing is that, like, I don't know how I feel about the whole thing of, like, I mean, I don't think it's right to own exotic pets that need to be out in the wild, but people could make the same excuses for, like, I guess dogs or snakes too. I don't know. But, like, I sit there and I watch it and I think to myself, God, like, these, like, lion cubs are, like, and tiger cubs are so cute in the movie. But, like, they totally are manipulating people for money, like, this whole industry. But, like, I'm sitting here watching it, especially when they go back. I wish I had another Diet Coke with me. I almost thought about bringing 2 cans with me tonight. But I'm almost done, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, I'm like, even that Carol is such a scammer. Like, seriously? Like, she floats around there with flower garlands in her hair, and she's just such a scammer. And those cages and stuff that she has the animals in, and he's like, so, like, anyway. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but just to be honest with you, like, anything that I'm saying wouldn't ruin it for you anyway, because it's such a roller coaster of a show that you wouldn't even understand, like, what's going on until you're watching it. Okay. Simplicity said, yes, emergency alert effective today, 11:59 today for Texas as well. Managed to get some things from the store, grab one of each, and it was only available left for somebody else and much needed it. Thank you for doing that. Let's keep each other company here and spread kindness, respect to one another. I agree. Very, very nicely said. We can get through this, you guys. Like, we can get through this and stay safe and healthy. Okay. I'm trying to, like, read through these comments, because I have to be careful about what I read on here. Okay. TK Trinity said, I've been watching Tiger King. Those people are all nutso, and as far as I've gotten, I think I'm on episode 4 or 5. Long Duck Dong, what happened, hot stuff? What's happening, hot stuff? I absolutely love the yellow wallpaper. Last year I was in deep, dark depression and could barely leave my home. Suddenly I truly understood the story. That story, like, hit me so profoundly when I read it, I remember. But, like, at that time was such a dark kind of time for me anyway, with my, like, addiction and stuff, that, like, I think that it resonated with me back then, but I still didn't understand it necessarily. Kay said, thanks for, Kay or Kai, I don't know which, if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Thanks for keeping me company today. Listen to this while I cleaned my bathroom. We'll all get through this hard time together. Stay safe, Peter, and everyone watching this video. You too, sweetie. Jackie! We started Tiger King tonight, halfway through second episode. Very interesting so far. Girl, it gets weirder, so just hold on. Okay. Jesse said, I didn't fart. That was the leather. Oh my God, Peter, family friendly. Chelsea left blue hearts. Megan said, hey Peter, I really like the movie Gattaca. It's my favorite movie with Ethan Hawke. It also has Uma Thurman and Jude Law in it. That movie was so bad. How did you really like it? Like, Megan, I do not want to disagree with you, but like, how did you get through that movie? I thought that movie was so horrible. I'm sorry. See, that would be like a back porch like conversation. We could sit there and talk about movies. Me and Megan. Okay. Blue hearts from True Texan Girl. Blue hearts from Melissa Galloway. Inconspicuous Kara just got the stay-at-home order as well for the next... It looks like most of us are going to be at home. And you know what? Like, I'm fine with it. Like, I really am. Like, I'm fine with it as long as it means that we're going to get healthier and possibly stop this thing. And, you know, like, I can be bored at home. Like, I've got enough stuff to do at home that I don't have to get bored. You know what I mean? And I'm still making videos and I'm loving that. And, so what? I mean, I think the hardest thing for us is the economy right now. You know, I mean, like, that's the scariest thing for us is, like, how are we going to pay our bills? I try not to get, like, overly consumed with it, you know, like, I sit there and I think to myself, you know, and I have a husband who's at home, you know, like, so we are worried about this stuff, but, like, I realistically look at my stuff and I think to myself, like, you know, well, I've talked enough about finances on here through the years that you guys know, like, how detailed I am with, like, looking at all that stuff, but I look at, like, okay, how long are we okay for, like, you know, if we're not okay, at what point do we need to pull something out of savings if we need to? You know, how long could that last us? So I'm like trying not to go and get super stressed out right now because there's nothing I can do about it today anyway. That's like the reality is there's absolutely nothing that I can do about it. So what's the point in freaking out about it today? You know what I mean? Like there's not. I can start getting prepared. I can start thinking about the future, but like I can't get freaked out about it today. I'll go in here and see. Photo Love Ab said, I sat in my car today and talked on the phone. Needed a break from my house, but I was in the driveway. I didn't go to the park today, but anyways, enjoying your vlogs. I was so happy to see you read my comments the other day. Stay safe. Okay, sitting in this car, I don't even know what it is about just talking on the phone, or I sat here today for like 10 minutes and I like listened to my audiobook and it just was like, I don't know, it was like, my neighbor came out, I had like my window open, I was just kind of like sitting like this and I like was like, listening to my audiobook, but like I miss my car, like I really do. I know that sounds corny, but Stephanie said, hey, second time watching tonight. I remember having the chicken pox as a kid. It was miserable. I have 2 scars on my face where I picked them. Aww. Adriana said, oh my God, at 1 hour and 50 minutes, 54 seconds, I live so much to hear you say my name. Oh my God, you are the best. We got to hear it twice tonight, Adriana. There you go. Connie said, I've been hanging in there too. This whole situation has forced me to become more tech savvy. I had to start teaching all of my yoga classes through Google Hangouts. Oh, that's kind of cool. I even learned how to screen record so I can send files to people who missed classes. Technology is exhausting. Girl, you're like me. I know people assume that because I'm like on YouTube, like I get this stuff. You should have seen me in this online meeting tonight. I was so confused. And I'm like, can you guys hear me? And then nobody says anything. I'm like, can you guys hear me? And they're all like, yeah, we can hear you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, like, but we're getting through it. We'll figure it out, you know, like we'll learn it. Melissa said, you're keeping me company while I make some homemade rolls for our dinner tonight. And hello, Peter. Love you, darling. I hope you boys are staying safe. And thank you for keeping us sane during this time in our world. Julie said, I read The Yellow Wallpaper in university 10 years ago. I loved it. It was amazing. Jackie said, hi Peter, trust me when I say to not sleep in your contacts. I was usually good about taking them off every other night with the occasional slip up of falling asleep in them. Well, last month I got a corneal ulcer and needed a lot of treatment with my right eye is still recovering from. I can't wear contacts for another month. Hey, listen, okay, first of all, I hope you start feeling a lot better, but y'all not remember that I just went through this. I took my contacts out last night. I won't be keeping them in again, but I think I went like 2 days or something like that. But do you remember, like, I went through this whole thing with my contacts before? It's just so easy to not take them out, especially when I'm so tired at night. Tiger King was so fascinating. This is from Lindsay. I watched it because Tanya Jean Applestein mentioned it, and I am so glad I did. But Jackie, please, 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 please. Oh, it's gonna stop. Hold on. Okay. But Jackie, please, please, please watch your eyes, because I don't want your eyes to end up like mine. I mean, I literally couldn't wear contacts for days. Well, you said a month, I guess, didn't you? Yeah, well, we're both stupid, aren't we? We'll learn. We'll learn. We'll learn. Okay, I can't read that comment. Sharna said, I went from listening to these in the background to sitting here watching them. Looking forward to the 3-hour vlog soon. Oh shit, that was on a different day, but anyway, it's coming. Kathy said, I love your entire vlog as always, right? Especially your ending. Right now, particularly, we all need that message of love. Thank you, Peter. I'm keeping you, Alex, the pups, and your entire family in my prayers. Oh, thank you. Michelle said, sending you and Alex lots of love, and thank you so much for keeping me sane and calm throughout this stressful time. Love you. Love you too. She put lots of blue hearts too. Melissa said, I love it when you talk about books. You're describing so many different kinds of books, different stories. I always think about all the great books that have been written just by combining 26 letters in different ways. Oh, that's an interesting way to look at that. I never thought about it that way. Makes it kind of a miracle to me. Well, be happy, love you. Thank you, Melissa. That's a different Melissa, but thank you, Melissa, for that. I like that, the way that you said that. Makes me look at that in a new way. Jane said, thank you, I enjoy your videos. Thank you, Jane. RCA Scorpion, blue hearts. Asbury, blue hearts. Stay safe and healthy. Said Sarah, you too, sweetheart. Let's see. Carla said, thanks for doing these vlogs. You're welcome, darling. Misha! Oh my God, here's Misha. Okay, what did Misha say? She said, I wish I could do Misha's accent, but Misha has the most fantastic Southern accent, but I can't imitate it. She said, I remember the day vividly when my daughter said these words, I found your chocolate drawer. It was almost as bad as when she asked me where babies really come from. I love you, Misha. She is so funny. If you guys want to truly get to know Misha, come over to our book club, which will be, is it this Sunday? Mel's like already saying it while she's watching this video. Is it this Sunday? Oh shit. Yeah, it's this Sunday. Oh man. Okay. Mama Oz. Oh my lord, Mama Oz left a long comment. She said, I wish more people here in Omaha would take it more seriously. I had the car today to go get lunches the school's handing out to families in need, and I noticed one of the daycare centers full of cars. When I picked my husband, well, daycare centers can be open in Indianapolis. I don't know about Omaha. When I picked my husband up from work, we ran into Walmart quickly to get a few necessities, and we found toilet paper. I noticed parents with their kids in the store. Why? At Walmart, they have a service where they bring it to your car. That's normally how we do it, unless the last minute. Okay. I won't let our daughters go. People are saying, they're recommending that if you're going into the store, just have one member of your family go in. There's no reason to take like 6 people to the store. Especially with so many taking. Okay, I am praying for you and Alex, all your subscribers, and the world in general. Oh, thank you so much, sweetie. Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Felicia said, ever since you did that Peterisms video on sitting in silence, relaxing, phones down, and learning how to do that, I have been working on that 10 minutes. Oh my God. And now there isn't much choice in the matter. Kind of strange for all of that to just fall into place. Thank you for your dedication to making videos. Felicia, that really means a lot to me. There is such utter power in silence, and I didn't really get it for a long time, you know? Like, and just even like driving in silence or showering in silence, or because, like, you know, people my husband always has music on, or just like thinking in bed like for 10 minutes before you get up in the morning, just like laying there and thinking. Like, there's so much, and even just sitting there for 10 minutes, no phone, no nothing, whatever. There's so much power in silence, you know? And I think it's such a meditative place. Like, and when I say meditative, I don't mean like going so within ourselves. I mean meditative is meaning like therapeutic even, you know? As like feeling better, you know? Thank you so much for that comment. Sue said, we love you too, Peter. You are saving so many people with your compassion, humor, oh, and caring, blue heart. Okay. Jody said, love watching you, Peter. Thank you. Jessie said, I have dermatillomania. I don't know what that is, but she also said she has trichotillomania, which I have a good friend of mine that has trichotillomania. It's where you pull all the hair out in your face, like your eyebrows, your eyelashes, and things like that. And then not touching my face, head thing, is the biggest challenge I've ever faced. LOL, I'm trying to find humor in it. You know, I was talking to my dad the other day on the phone. We've been talking almost every single day. Well, we didn't talk today, but like yesterday. And he said, this touching my face thing is like the hardest thing ever. I said, yeah, because we both have beards. And I said, when you have a beard, it's like, oh my God, the battery's gonna die. I said, when you have a beard, hold on a second. I actually have my other battery with me. I have 2 other batteries with me. But I'm not gonna vlog a whole lot longer because I wanna watch just a little bit of TV. It's 4:49 in the morning. But I said to my dad, I said, I know when you, oh, here it is, my lip balm. I said, when you have a beard, it's so hard not to touch your face. But I can't even imagine with that. So, bless you, sweetheart. Like, I can't even imagine. I've been washing my hands about 1,000 times a day. I have been noticing that I have to lotion my hands because my hands are so dry right now. Okay, let's just read a couple more comments and then I'm gonna get off here. Lisa said, all I do is sit, eat, and watch screens. I'm going to come out of all of this a weak fatty. Stay safe, everyone. I feel you on that one. I don't even know what to say. Oh, Sean! Peter, I'm late to the vlog, but thank you for always keeping me company. Stay safe and healthy. Much love to you and Alex and your fur babies. You too, Sean. Dane said, I feel like staying active has helped my mental health a lot during this time. I'm not one to spend a lot of time at home normally, and if I didn't exercise, I would surely go off the deep end. I need to get outside and exercise. Miranda said, blue hearts. Junebug. Okay, she has 2 comments. I have to read the first one first. You can read to us. I'm reading my book over. I actually didn't do those videos today though, because by the time I got done with my Q&A, it was late, and I knew Alex like wanted to watch some TV, so I just didn't film any more videos. But I'm actually reading my book on my BookTube channel. You could read to us, do a podcast with friends, cook something that you would not normally cook and stream it. You could discuss spooky stories or unsolved murders, get Discord, and have chats with people on there. So many things. And then she said, I also loved when you did the magazine reviews, but you could do it online. Do a whole fences skit. Shall I keep going? Ha ha ha. Whiff pack, face mask, and beauty regiment on hubby. And then somebody said, I like your profile pics because it's a frog. I like your profile pic too. It's cute. Thank you for all the ideas, Junebug. Squirrel said, I had such an emotional moment when we exchanged necessities with my mom recently. I just couldn't feel right driving away with holding her or my younger sister who lives with her as well. Hope everything is keeping healthy. That's where I get real emotional. Like, I start thinking about like that. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. Hunter said, hey, Hunter. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was so good. Watch it while you're stuck at home. I'm planning on it. Oh my God, Junebug, another comment. She said, okay. Claire said, fortunately this week in Central Texas, it is sunny and in the 80s. We have been having FaceTime parties with our friends. It helps. 80, you say? I would be having the hose on or in my pool if I could. Okay, I was reading a comment, and as I was reading it, there was like a lot of speculation in there, and I was like, okay, I can't keep on reading this comment. So anyway, Cheyenne said, sour cream and cheddar ruffles are my fave, and I love citrus scents. Good GDs. Actually got lucky and found citrus Lysol today. You are lucky. Who was the very first person that commented on signing off? The Coffee Bean Queen said, thank you so much for sharing these vlogs with us. It really does help add a feeling of normalcy to my day. I'm with you 100% on needing to avoid Amazon right now. I'm not normally a shopper, but the urge right now to order things is just so strong. What is that even about? Anyways, I'm definitely going to check out your Peterisms and BookTube series. Thank you, sweetie. I'm trying to see like who's first. Zoe said, I'm a housekeeper at a hotel. They won't shut us down because we are an extended stay hotel, but business has been slow and my hours aren't great. I'm sanitizing everything and keeping safe. Stay safe, sweetheart, please. And thank you for everything that you do. Somebody else said that on there too. Okay, I want to read this because I want to watch this movie. Somebody said, hello, hello, hello. I watched The Invisible Man yesterday and my nerves has been on edge ever since. I thought I would watch while my fiance was visiting, but when I looked over, he was in the supine position with his mouth wide open. I'm planning to watch The Hunt tonight alone. We just got our first cake. Okay. I've never heard of The Hunt. Christine said, I liked Little Fires Everywhere, reminded me of Big Little Lies. Also, The Stand is probably high on the list because the story is because last night I said The Stand was like on the bestseller list. It's very similar to what's happening now about a deadly flu. I'm about 300 pages into the book myself, she said. I wanted to go in here. You guys, for any people that like are reading, like making speculations or putting their thoughts, I really appreciate it. I just can't read those on video, just so I hope you understand. Lael said, your vlogs are so cozy to listen to at home. Oh, thank you. That's funny, Mom said, I love that you buckle up sitting here in driveway. Some habits die hard. Lee said, hello, hello, hello. Britt said, been looking forward to your vlog all day. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Thank you, Britt. I'm trying to see who was like, oh my god, there's so many comments on this one. I want to see who was the very first person that commented on it. Oh my god, Katie, it's her birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Katie. Happy birthday to you. Lex said, love you so much, Peter. Hope everyone who is a Wolfpacker is staying safe. So if you're not, you hope they're not. Girl, all, so mean. No, she's, okay. Praying for you all, sending you all love. Did you know Joe Exotic ran for governor of Oklahoma a couple years ago? Said Nawad. No, I had no idea. That's hilarious. It doesn't surprise me, though. Okay. Why can I not get to the very first comment? I mean, these just go on and on and on. You guys are so sweet. Jess said, hey, Peter. Hey, Jess. I think Jess may be the first one. Jess is the very first one. I want to go to some of the newer people. So Jess said, hey, Peter with a blue heart. Hey. Ms. Mint said, glad your video popped up just in time for me to get some chores done. Tiandra said first, hopefully. No, third, but third's third. But it's still good, Tiandra, but you try to get first tomorrow, okay? Anyway, I love you. Thank you so much. Kate said, it's fountain pop time. Love you, Peter. Oh, she's on the west side of Indianapolis. Hey, west side. Rachel said, hopefully, hey, Peter, hopefully you're staying safe throughout the situation. With pack hugs. You too, sweetie. April said, hello, hello, hello. Hey, April. Betsy said, yeah, I literally just watched the Trolls Oreo review video and now I get to watch this vlog. I love you so much. Betsy, you get the last comment of the day. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, listen, I'm going to get off here now, okay? And I am going to go inside. It is 4:59. I don't even know. It's like an hour and a half now, I think. Like close to an hour and a half. I'm going to get off here and I'm going to watch an episode of The Lion Person. the Tiger King, whatever it's called. Anyway, I hope you guys are having an amazing, I'm gonna make this a really short sign off tonight, okay? I hope you are having an amazing, what is tomorrow? Wednesday. I hope you're having an amazing Wednesday unless you have other plans. But like, can we just talk about the fact that this shadow right here of the light makes it look like I have a really dark mustache, which I don't, see? Anyway, I hope you guys are having an amazing Wednesday unless you have other plans. But like I always say, don't have other plans. Make the most of your day. Do something enjoyable today. Start a new show, start a new book, exercise, do something fun today. Or do something that will make yourself proud when you look back on it tomorrow or a year down the road or 60 years down the road. Like exercising, like, I don't know, being kind to your family, like starting a journal, making a gratitude list. Any of those things you can do. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. You right there. I love you. And make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and you do your daily positive affirmations. And I'm just going to give you some examples of what those could be today. They could be anything like, I love you. You're valuable, you're important, you matter, you are a good person, good things are coming your way today, good things are coming your way in general. You will find peace and serenity, and today you will stay happy, joyous, and free. You are a good son, you are a good daughter, you're a good husband, you're a good wife, you're a good mother, you're a good father, you're a good friend, and you're a good OG Wolfpacker. And today is going to be an amazing day. And you're going to stay peaceful and serene today. And you're going to get through today. And today is a blessing. Today is a gift. And 2020 is going to be the best year yet. And it's going to turn around and be full of opportunity and success. And we're going to have a great year. And most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody else today that needs to hear it, that needs to, I don't know, hear how much they mean to somebody else and validate them today and just let them know, say, hey, just want to let you know how much you mean to me. I love you and thank you for being in my life. And also, don't forget to practice random acts of kindness. And what do? Boys and girls, don't tell anyone. Do it just because it's the right thing to do. And the payoff is that it makes us feel better on the inside. And we're putting out that positive energy in the world and we're keeping that cycle going. Anyway, yeah, and just because it's a good thing to do to help others out and to do random acts of kindness, you know? And to do random acts of kindness. Yeah, it could be anything. And I love you guys. I was like trying to think of something I could do tomorrow that would be a random act of kindness. Anyway, there's so many things that we can do from home, right? You could like make cookies and put them in your neighbor's mailboxes and, you know, whatever. Anyway, I love you guys and I wish you were my neighbor. I wish you were my neighbor and I would get some cookies from you because I'm hungry for homemade cookies, but please don't bring them to my mailbox because my husband will say we have to sanitize them. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day today. Bye. Stay safe and stay healthy. I love you guys. Bye. Love ya.